Hi, folks. This little picture you're going to see tonight is made back in the 50s, 49 and 50. I made them with an old movie camera back in the days when we run all black and white pictures. They're going to be a little jumpy, not like your favorite pictures you see nowadays. But anyway, you're going to see a lot of people in there that, well, a lot of them's passed and gone now. And I'm going to be telling you along who certain ones are, and maybe might be some that I've forgotten. But anyway, we hope you're going to enjoy this. As other people see you ready. Now these scenes are taken around Rose Hill, Virginia. Watch closely, you might see yourself. Now this is C.H. Rosenbaum, starts on his 24th year as a mail carrier. There he is loading his car, getting ready to take off down the road. He's on Route 2, or Route 1 rather. You notice that car is about a 49 model, I believe, 48 or 49 model Ford. Now here comes Bob McAbey when you bet you can't get a load that quick. That's Bob with his mail wagon full of mail. Bus. No time to tell you who they are, even if I knew. There's Thomas Walker School. It's taken from a car, a moving car. There's the railroad bridge and the train coming across. Passenger train. On the end of the ties. There's Ruth Hobbs waiting on the bus, school bus. There's some more girls. Joey Lee in the crowd. There's Henry Lawson coming into town with his little car. There's an old oil rig back over in the country, over where Leonard Sherrill lived. Leonard's in this picture somewhere here, but I don't recall the other man's name. There's way up to the top now. There's Mr. Gardner and another unidentified man. There's Leonard Sherrill on the ground in the middle. And a Jeep driving around the oil rig. Don't recall the man's name. There's one of the tanks, or two, maybe three. This shot was taken from on top of the oil tanks. Here's some of the town loafers, I believe. There's David Dean and his wife. There's the turnaround bus we used to have. I don't recall the bus driver's name right now. There's Brownlow Roller's daughter. There's Joey Lee going in the post office with somebody. White Markham standing in the door, killing a little time, maybe on a break. Newcastle Dry Cleaners, that's been gone a long time. Over at Rosenbaum having a Coke over at Manfred Lee's service station. The old service station that burned down. Roller and John Seals. There's Manfred Lee Jr. talking to a couple of girls. More schoolgirls. Fred Stickley on the way through town. More schoolgirls. My Uncle Ned Davis coming across the street. Manfred Lee getting ready to fill up a tank now. Probably 2 gallon. I believe. Here comes the Brownlow Roller. A lot of people might remember him. He was in the roller business, store business with Bill. Bob Crockett used to operate a taxi in Rose Hill. Fred Stickley, along with some of his students, is loading on the bus. Harry Fugit seems to be in a hurry, going toward the bank. Where Bertie Goins crossing the street also. Jeep with Manfred Lee and a friend. There comes Pete Neff. He's taking a look at the camera. Somebody loading up feed at Van's old store, Van Grable. Here comes Clifford Hensley leading the cow to market down Poor Valley. Brownlow Roller's daughter. There's Manfred Lee Jr. again. Old Brother Waller and Brother Henry Cole up there painting on the old building out there, post office building. There's a shot of Oscar Smith's home. Some of these scenes are coming up so fast it's hard to keep up with them. Figure out who they are as they go along. There's Granny Stickley heading to the post office. Seems to be dressed up. There's some guys standing in the middle of the road. They had to move. The car come along. Here comes Bill Captain. Seems to be grinning. Here's Doc Kellum coming down the railroad from the bridge, coming back toward town. He doesn't seem to want his picture taken. Homer Dean on the bridge again. Thought he got killed there a while ago. Here comes Eveline Captain and her friend. There's Georgia Cup. She's going to try to get away from us now by running. Yeah, Georgia's sort of backward anyway. She's coming back, I believe. Another shot of Eveline. That's a good one. Train crossing the bridge again, the passenger train, heading for Brown Switch. Other parts east. Big cattle drive coming through town. There's the days. Lankford is going to show us a little trick bike riding now. It'd be hard to do, pull backward on the bike, wouldn't it? There's Manford's son, Dennis, doing a little trick riding. And there's Brownlow's wife, Beulah. And Mr. Cottrell over on the corner, but you can't see him good. Dennis riding the bike again. There's Georgia, Lottie, and some friends out there, Eveline and some more. There's Billy Joe Catron sitting there on the steps, and somebody else. They're waiting on the theater to open. That's right here in town, the big theater. Bill Catron is riding on Mr. Giles's horse. Uh-oh, the horse decided to go back. It's coming back in slow motion. Of course, it's hard to see. It's kind of dark. Now there's Mr. Lee, Harvey Lee, and Henry Irvin when they used to be deputy sheriffs here. There's a big fish, it was called in the Powell River. I don't remember the man's name. I think he worked for the power company at that time. And there's Ed Neal on the right, the overalls on, and the guy on the left, I don't remember his name. That was some fish come out of the Powell River. It was 5 foot and 4 inches long. There's Laura James up on laying some brick up on a building out here, Davis Building. It's occupied by a barber shop now. There's the new Tazewell dry cleaners. Ray McDaniels giving the windshield a wipe. Hansel Rowlett looked around too to see about it. Fred Stickley's going back where he come from. And a couple more boys seem to be going back too. They decided to go back where they started too. Earl Flanders, he seems to be going back too. Well, there's McDonald boys is heading out of town there. There's Gene, there's John, there's Pearl, there's Joey in a hurry, Joey Lee, that is. McDonald boys is leaving town. You'd think they'd all robbed a bank or something there. I think I left off one. I think Jack's one of them too, Jack McDonald. This is an unidentified barber used to be out at Fitchew's building where Doc Burrow used to have his office. And the cafe where Doc Burrow's office used to be. Soda shop, barber shop downstairs. Sold pet ice cream also. Put in a plug for the pet ice cream here. Well, that's a little rain out there, in case you're wondering. That's raining out there. And there's supposed to be a little dog sitting out there, but I didn't see him. There's an old log truck down under the railroad bridge up in Fort Valley. And more people walking around town as usual. Oh, it's raining there. You can't tell who's who anyway now. Well, there's a couple of buses loading up right in town. There's Homer Dean. He's going to try to cross the bridge, but I think his head swims. He's not going to do too good at it. Uh-oh, there he goes. His head's already started spinning. I think he's not going to try it. Yep, he's going back. He decided to do some jumping. Joe Elders, he was a rookie cop, state policeman at that time. There's Joy Lee and Homer Dean clowning around a little bit back in this building here. I believe Homer got the best end of the deal. There's Homer, yeah, Homer Dean and Victor Harbert clowning around. Homer can't figure out what's happening to Victor. He seems to be disappearing. There he is. Now watch him disappear again now, right in front of his eyes. There he is. He's gone again. Let's see where he comes from. There he is. He's in the back of him this time. Well, I don't know how he did it either, but he did. Victor, Homer, Victor, Homer, Victor, Homer, Victor, Homer, Victor, Homer. I can't keep up with the camera. Now we have coming here a funeral procession as Mr. Jimmy Seals. He was the father of Mr. John Seals, used to be the president of the bank here in Rose Hill. I guess that's the most footage I've taken in this whole film here. This funeral. It's quite a procession. Some pictures here of High Top School back about 1952, along in there, I guess. Got children up there, they're out at recess playing ball. So I don't remember any of the names of the children. And believe it or not, I've forgotten the name of the teacher. I believe it's Mrs. Osborne, no. Mrs. Osborne, I believe, was the teacher up there. I don't remember her first name. But anyway, they was having a ball, playing ball. And I believe they're playing Drop the Handkerchief now. That's pretty exciting too. Yeah, there's Miss Osborne. Uh-oh, she's gone now. This is the lady, I don't know who she was. She's the mother of some of the children there. Now, there comes old Bashful. I believe recess is over. These two guys are going to take them running if they're too late. Now this is a ball game over at Rose Hill. They're over here at the elementary school, over here on the regular ground here. But I don't recall who was playing at that time. Earl Flannery was the manager, I believe, and I do know that Alan Giles was umpire. I don't remember the team, don't remember the score. You just have to figure it out for yourself. You know, that was a home run, wasn't it? There's Earl sitting over the place, checking him out now. Whoops. Another hit. Yep, he made it safe on first. And got quite a crowd over there too. Another hit. Safe on first. Seemed to be a little disagreement there as to who was out and who wasn't. Here's a little pony right here in a little wagon. It's advertising a big auction there in town, which was the old hotel. It was being auctioned off at that time. Now here's a train wreck at Hagen at that time, and a man named Tucker was a brakeman on there, and he got hurt in the caboose when the trains collided. Seems as though these trains met, one backing up and one coming forward, and it looks like a rear-end collision, which it actually is, I guess. You seldom ever hear of a train wreck like that. At the time, it was late in the afternoon, and it was kind of dark. It was a little dark trying to take pictures there, but maybe you can make out a little of it. Some of it's going to be a lot of darkness and shadows, but nevertheless, we got it. There's a little hiss of steam from the engine. Well, we'll get some better ones here just in a minute, I hope. Well, here we come. There's part of the train still sitting there wrecked. People are starting to gather up. That was back in the days of steam engines. There's the old big steam wrecker coming in, big hook they call it. Coming to pick up the wrecked cars. There he is, getting ready to pick up one now. Wreck of two freight trains at Hagen, Virginia. in case you can't read that sign. Some more pictures of High Top School there, looks like. Spliced in at a later date. Some of them was in the movies for the first time. Here comes Bob McAbee riding his mule, work mule. Here comes a parade. I don't remember what year that parade was, but must have been about 51 or 2 along in there. Maybe 53. You can sort of tell by the cars about what year it was, can't you? Might figure them out that way. The old Christmas parade. We didn't pick up his drum anyway, did we? There's Thomas Walker Queen. Now this next scene here is about about one of the biggest crowds that's ever been in Rose Hills. That's the time that they auctioned the old hotel off out here, and Arthur Lawson bought it. And we had a lot of people in town that day. Back in the days when Harvey Lee was deputy sheriff and Henry Irvin. They couldn't do much with the traffic that day. Cars had to come through just when they could get through. The auctioneers at work there, looks like now. But we had a fade out there for a minute. Uh-oh, there's the first diesel to ever come across the railroad bridge up there, but it looks like he's upside down from here.